What's up, guys? It turns out all I need to do is scroll up and I would find the videos. His latest videos. But I just found out that he uploaded 3 videos that I missed out on. So let's just start from the oldest one he uploaded that I haven't seen yet. It's called My Mario Childhood. Let's go.
Hey, really quick, consider supporting the channel by checking out the merch store for a cool bundle that comes with a free t-shirt. While you're there, take a look at the plushies, the board game, and the sketchbook. Link below. Thank you.
It's a Wii.
Wow, this is gonna be so fun.
Look, the Me channel. I want to make a Me.
Don't worry, I'll make one for you. You're probably too dumb to figure it out.
What?
Oh.
I said you're too young to figure it out. And there. That's what you look like.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and today we're going to talk about how a fun childhood hobby slowly devolved into a hellish war of spiteful competition. How the shame and humiliation of losing festered inside me and drove me to do anything in my power to destroy my siblings. I'm talking, of course, about the Italiano Paisano himself, Mario. But before we delve into my villain arc, let's go back to a simpler time, when I was taking my first baby steps into the world of video games. It was all so new to me. It felt like I was a cosmic pioneer exploring a different galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy, the game where you traverse the universe as everyone's favorite Italian plumber. If you haven't played this game yet, change that immediately. When I play this game now, it feels like that scene from Ratatouille. Hello!
Whoa.
It enthralled me as a child with its constant stream of new and inventive platforming ideas. After watching Brody play Galaxy for a while, I decided to graduate from game watcher to game player. Move over, Brody. Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. Immediately, the soundtrack in this game changed my brain chemistry forever. The people who made this music know what joy is.
That's Twist and Oreo. Cream on the right, we'll call them Rex. Cream on the left, it's our Wi-Fi password.
Immediately, the soundtrack in this game changed my brain chemistry forever. The people who made this music know what joyous whimsy sounds like. When I hear Gusty Garden Galaxy, it makes me believe that anything is possible. The room fades away, I float into the air, and I enter the world of the game. This was one of the first video games I ever played, so I had a lot to learn. Jumping between gravity-defying planets and walking upside down took a lot of getting used to. I collected a few stars and then headed to the Loop-de-Loop Galaxy. And let me tell you, this level broke Little Bryson. In the level, you ride around a floating water race course on a Stingray. But I wanted to get the high score. I wanted to go fast. So my thumb never let go of the acceleration button, and that meant I couldn't make sharp turns. I kept flying off the map and dying. And to make it worse, I had to use motion controls. I couldn't beat it no matter how hard I tried. I started crying and Brody had to help me beat the level. This will go down in history as mankind's second greatest defeat involving stingrays. But after that little hiccup, I was ready to take on the rest of the game and lose to Bowser 50 times. But Brody, being a seasoned veteran gamer, coached me on how to perfectly time my spin moves, and I used them to spin Bowser like a Beyblade.
So long, Bowser.
I was feeling pretty good about my newly acquired gaming skills. Beating Bowser as a child is a big deal, okay? At that age, what else do you have to be proud of? The drawings you made that Mom hung up on the fridge? Well, bad news. Mom will throw those crappy drawings away while you're not looking. But the achievement of defeating the king of the Koopas, that lasts forever. Then I arrived at the Rolling Green Galaxy. That sounds like a fun, easy, kid-friendly level. Not! If the Stingray race broke me, this one shattered me. In the level, you bounce on a ball that has a star inside it and use motion controls to lead the ball through obstacles and past Goombas to reach the end and unlock the star. And I just couldn't do it. I kept falling off, which made me impatient, which made me go faster, which made me fall off more, and the cycle just continued. At 6 years old, I just did not have the coordination or fine motor skills to beat this thing. But I was determined. I didn't want to ask Brody for help again. I wanted to be a big boy gamer. I hunkered down and died over and over for an hour straight. But then finally, I got past the spot pardon. But then finally, I got past the spot where I usually fell. I was close to the end. I shakily crossed a bridge, and the flag came into view. My hands were shaking. The adrenaline was pumping. I could almost taste my victory. I launched over to the last island. I had made it. I tilted my Wiimote all the way forward, but... I literally tripped at the finish line. My confidence was shattered, and I had to go collect myself in the other room. But I would not let this fiery crucible break me. I would allow it to forge me into something stronger. I stepped back in and entered Ultra Instinct mode, and I finally beat it. And that's when I felt it. The gamer's high. All my dopamine receptors fired, and I jumped for joy.
This is the greatest day of my life!
I had emerged victorious and was ready to take on the universe, literally. I cruised through the rest of the galaxies. Nothing could hold me back. An icy hot galaxy where you skate around and fight a lava octopus? No problem. A haunted mansion galaxy where you save Luigi? Light work. A galaxy made of toys where you run across twisting platforms shaped like Mario? Child's play.
Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Okay, it's not a little kick.
All my nightmares had materialized. It was an even harder version of the previous one. Skipping ahead through 2 hours of pain and agony, and I finally beat it.
Yahoo!
I'm honestly convinced that this game widened my emotional range. It's like Newton's third law. The more suffering you experience, the more capacity you have for joy. And believe me when I tell you, those levels had me suffering. Then I saved Princess Peach or whatever. This game's revolutionary gravity mechanics, top-tier level design, and whimsical soundtrack earn it an easy 100 Bryson points. But we couldn't have the game that sent Mario to space without the game that sent Mario into a whole different dimension. Super Mario 64, an all-time classic. It paved the way for so many games to enter the third dimension. I'm still waiting for Super Mario 65 to come out, though. I literally can't describe the pure primal fear little Bryson experienced when seeing that giant chain chomp for the first time. And don't even get me started on that Koopa the Quick Race. I hate this stupid turtle so much. I just couldn't beat him. But then, one day, Brody let me in on a little secret. He's gonna win the race again!
See that little hole in the wall? Go in.
How is this supposed to...
That never worked.
You see that beam of light? Look up. Follow that coin trail going into the wall.
Yes! The sense of accomplishment and amazement at discovering these secrets for the first time was enough to form a core memory, even though I needed help to find them. It was a really nice change of pace to get help from Brody on finding secrets, because usually he pulled the classic move of giving me an unplugged controller and gaslighting me into thinking I was really playing. Am I really playing? Mario isn't listening to me, and this controller isn't even plugged in.
You're actually playing as that baby penguin.
Oh, cool! Back in my day, there were no video game tutorials on the internet. The only way I could learn what I needed was through rumors on the playground and hints from my brothers. So this information was very valuable. Then Brody taught me how to backwards long jump and travel at the speed of light. Obviously, this game is great, but me and my brothers usually played the remastered version on the DS. They added some mini-games that we would play together all the time. Some of my favorites were the Hidden Face game, the Babam sorting one, and the one where you draw little trampolines for Mario to jump on. And I think it's absolutely insane that there are definitely people out there with gambling addictions that were caused by Luigi teaching them how to do it. But there was also a multiplayer game where you fight each other to get the most stars, and my brothers and I took it very seriously.
Bryson's got 3 stars. Brayden, Brenner, get him.
Stay back, I earned these.
Sneak attack.
Mom, Brayden stole my star.
No cap? It's giving little brother energy. Brayden obviously ate with that, and you're Delulu if you think I'm gonna punish him for slaying. I gotta let him cook. Don't let your mentee bee get in the way of his dub. Just cope and take the L, for real, for real.
But the brotherly rivalry was just getting started. Let's turn up the heat and move on to the game that's been causing relationship-shattering screaming matches for decades. Mario Party, a family-friendly party game. This game introduced a whole new emotion to me. Bloodlust. One thing you should know about this game is that when I win, it's because of pure skill. But when you win, it's because you got lucky and those stupid bonus stars don't even count. When creating a game, it's important to strike a good balance between skill and luck. And in a lot of people's opinions, Mario Party is too much of a luck-based game. It's still super fun at parties if you're not taking it too seriously, which is probably why they call it Mario Party. Unfortunately, my brothers and I have no chill, so for us it was more like Mario Gladiatorial Combat. Our sibling rivalries seemed to leak into every aspect of our lives, and video games were no exception. Even being player one was a big deal. If my Wiimote connected first, Brody would shit his pants and disconnect all the controllers and resync them until he was player one. We also played the DS version of Mario Party on family road trips, and I remember screaming my lungs out over losing minigames. Something about this game is just a recipe for white-hot rage and malice. I guess that's why it's good at parties, because you get to see everyone's true colors. And it's always so tense when Toad announces the final score. Okay, I've got 4 stars and 46 coins. Everyone else only has 3, so I should come out on top. Time to announce the bonus stars. The first star goes to the player that traveled the least amount of spaces, Brenner. Okay. I've still got more coins than him, so as long as he doesn't get the second one, I'll win. And the next star goes to the player that lost the most minigames, Brenner. I'll fucking kill you! In one game, I was doing very well for myself. I had several stars and a whopping 270 coins. But this was the Spaceland map. If the center platform gets stepped on 5 times, Bowser's spaceship shoots a giant laser across the board. And of course, I was right in the crosshairs.
Hey, no, stop. Just calm down. Don't do it.
I started resorting to more drastic measures to try and beat my brothers. There's a mini game where you have to mash the A button as fast as you can, and I decided to tip the scales in my favor. I grabbed a massage gun and put it on max speed on my palm, which caused my fingers to vibrate insanely fast. Then I put my finger on the A button and... As the second youngest, my older brothers were always so much better than me at everything. And honestly, so was Brenner. He was spat out the womb knowing how to use an iPad and was 360 no-scoping noobs while still in diapers. I wanted to win something for once. I just hadn't found the right game yet. Mario Kart. I don't consider myself...
Go to motionarray.com now and take your videos from good to the best.
myself to be a very competitive person, but as you've seen here today, video games are the exception, especially Mario Kart. Fortunately, my spirit of competition is well placed because I'm amazing at Mario Kart and you can't beat me. But I wasn't always this way. It all started, of course, with Mario Kart DS. My brothers and I would race each other for dominance, but I didn't understand the drift mechanic, so I would just kind of turn and throw bananas. And I could never beat my brothers. When they finally did show me how to drift, it took a lot of getting used to. You have to wiggle the D-pad back and forth in order to build up a charge that boosts you forward, and it was really hard for me to manage that while controlling the trajectory of my turns at such a young age. Clearly, I had much to learn. That being said, this was the first time that becoming better than my brothers at something didn't seem impossibly out of reach. I wanted to win at something for once, and I could feel the potential within myself. I wanted to be player one, so I hunkered down and continued my training arc. Wait, I'm first! I'm gonna win!
You're gonna win, mate. Oh, no, you're not, mate. Okay, when the blue shell comes.
Eventually, we graduated from Mario Kart DS to Mario Kart Wii. This was the one that I've played the least because, as we already established, I don't understand motion controls. Also, apparently using a bike is the only viable option because doing a wheelie is just free acceleration, so that's pretty dumb. It didn't help me develop my skills at all, but it definitely added some great tracks, and using the plastic Wiimote was real fun as a kid. Look, Mom, I'm driving!
Oh, I was so much bigger. Oh.
He's
Yeah, I'll definitely
never
beat you on
getting
Mario
his
Kart
license.
Then I entered a training grounds worthy of my potential, Mario Kart 7. They added kart customization,
Oh, I got
underwater
one
sections, gliders, and a bunch of amazing courses. And a much better drifting system.
Oh, I
This
thought you
was
said
definitely
Mario
the best
Kart
Mario
8.
Kart at the time. I learned the strategies, I learned the shortcuts, and I began to
I think
step
I
into
actually
my
played
power.
Mario Kart
I started to be a much bigger challenge for my brothers, and Brody and Braden could feel the reign of terror slipping away as I won more and more.
I don't think I
Egyptians
played Mario
believed the
Kart
most
7
significant
before.
thing you could do in your life was die.
I don't have a
As I
3DS.
studied, I even found a forbidden shortcut. On the Maka Woohoo course, if you use a mushroom to boost off the track at the right angle, you'll land in an out-of-bounds area that corresponds to a much later part of the map. So, when Lakitu saves you, he thinks you're further along than you really were, so he puts you there, allowing you to skip ahead of everyone else. The
Bruh.
first time I pulled this trick on my brothers was hilarious.
Haha, eat my dust, losers.
Little did Brody know, history was about to change.
Oh my god. I never played Mario Kart
But
7
I was
before.
just getting started. I wanted more. Then finally came Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe. They added
Yeah, 8
anti-gravity
Deluxe.
mechanics
I
and a
got that
slew
one.
of amazing courses and karts. As the games got better, so did I. But it definitely took a while for me to get used to 200cc, where the karts go insanely fast. You actually have to use the brakes in order to turn sharp enough and not fly off the track. But after I mastered that, I became unstoppable.
You're weak, just like the rest of your people. They did not deserve to exist in this world, in my world. Prepare to join them. Prepare to die!
I had demolished Brody and Braden so many times that I unlocked the final frontier of Mario Kart's skill, a forbidden technique known as item smuggling. In the game, the strongest items are given to the people in the back of the race to even things out. Basically, you purposefully hang back in the race to cycle through the best items, and then use them to take shortcuts and sweep in at the last moment to steal a victory. This strategy is especially mean because if you succeed, someone is getting teased with the chance at a first place spot for the whole race, only for you to snatch it from them in the last second. I've done this countless times to family and friends to dunk on them, and I finally fulfilled my childhood dream of being better than my brothers at something. With my enemies defeated, my thirst for victory was finally quenched. Now, I know what you must be thinking. This guy must be pretty bad at everything else if the only thing he can brag about is being good at a children's video game. And to that I say, yeah, that's pretty true. Just let me have this, please. Mario was definitely a great part of growing up, and I'll always have fond memories of playing games with my brothers, and it's been nice to finally defeat them. Little brothers gotta take what we can get. And in all seriousness, it was very sweet of Brody to always help me find hidden secrets and beat levels that were too hard for me. And I'm very happy to have so many great memories gaming with the boys.
Still haven't all got their own characters. Dawson's got Mario, Benny's got Toad, and
That's so
Braden's
unfair.
got
Skill
Luigi.
issue. Stay mad,
Braden's
honestly.
got Wario.
All right, well played. Let's play a different game.
Happy feet!
I'm not that bad at Smash Bros. either.
Thanks for watching. This was a huge video, so I appreciate you watching all the way through. It was fun to...
Okay, guys, we're gonna watch the next video now.
We've got new merch. A Bryson Elf on the Shelf plushie with a reindeer ham, ham socks, and ham pajamas. Or as I like to call them, pajamas. Get it? They're all super comfy and make for great stocking stuffers. All of these are available separately and in cool bundles with limited edition Black Friday discounts. Go check out the store using the link in the description and get yours in time for the holidays.
Hey, Bryson, look over here. I've got a toy for you.
No, look over here. I've got a snack for you.
Whoa, he's looking at both of us.
Should we get him checked out?
Meh, he's probably fine.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and today I'm finally gonna fulfill a promise I made 6 years ago.
Also, my eyes are kind of messed up. I'll talk about it in a future video. But anyways,
Okay, that's enough of that. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Why did it take you 6 years to finally talk about this? And to that I say, I don't know, get off my case, dude. You're not my dad. Our story begins 23 years ago. My mom was pregnant, and she, my dad, and all my siblings were hoping for a girl, since she had had 2 boys in a row. Then, much to everyone's disappointment, she had another boy. Me. Little did they know, the disappointments were just getting started. Before I could even speak, my parents noticed some issues.
Why do his eyes look like that?
My left eye would drift. Sometimes I'd be wall-eyed, and sometimes I'd be cross-eyed. I think this baby is a dud. Send it back and get a new one.
You can't do.
There's even a family photo of me wearing Mr. Potato Head glasses.
I think he's trying to tell us something.
In fact, there are a lot of goofy pictures of little me. Look at that. Not a thought behind those eyes. Eventually, my parents took me to the eye doctor and ran some tests.
Look here, buddy. Follow the pen. Yep, just like that. Okay, all done. Have a lollipop. Yeah, his left eye's looking a little lazy. There's a few things we can do to try and fix it. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to fix his critically low IQ, though.
They tried putting a patch over my good eye so that the left one would pick up the slack, and they tried prescription glasses with a stronger lens on the left side. Neither worked very well. Plus, I didn't like wearing them because I'm not a nerd. Welcome back to Top 10 Things That Aren't True. Number 1, Bryson claiming to not be a nerd. Number 2, me claiming that I'm fine. I'm not. Plus, the eye patch temporarily turned me into a pirate, so they decided to try eye surgery instead. As you might expect, I have no idea how this surgery works, but here's my interpretation.
Here you go.
My eye was good as new. Or was it? I can see fine out of both eyes now, but my right eye is very dominant. So when I'm tired, my right eye takes the wheel and my left eye wanders. My left eye is just a slacker, I guess. He's just like me. Since my right eye is usually in charge, sometimes in the middle of doing something, I'll close my right eye and realize that my left eye was looking at something else entirely the whole time. Jeez, what a jerk. I'm gonna pull up next to him and stare him down, and then maybe even share a rude hand gesture with him.
But Bryson, how can you stare him down while also keeping your eyes safely on the road?
Trust me, I got this. A disadvantage of my eyes being weird is that the floating finger illusion has never worked for me. Apparently, for normal people with normal eyes, if they hover their fingers in front of their face and focus on something in the distance, it looks like there's a magic floating sausage in between their fingers. But I'm not like other guys. It doesn't work for me. It just makes me look stupid in public when I try to do it. Maybe the illusion doesn't even exist. What? I'm just supposed to take your word for it? I've never seen it, therefore it's probably not real. Just like the curvature of the Earth. I think part of the reason that my left eye is lazy is that since I have blue eyes, I'm more sensitive to sunlight. And as a kid, I developed a nasty habit of going outside and closing my left eye to avoid the sun. I should have just used sunglasses, but my critical thinking skills hadn't developed yet. Still waiting on that, actually. Some people have noticed my lazy eye before because it wanders when I zone out. And being the goofy little airhead that I am, I zone out a lot. My eyes unfocus and I begin to imagine whatever my silly brain can come up with. A shark with legs, a button that magically kills every mosquito, a Lego spaceship, food I want to eat, and sometimes I think about absolutely nothing at all. Then I zone back into reality only to realize that I've been staring intensely into a stranger's eyes and making them very uncomfortable. Or potentially making them fall in love with me as they get lost in my dreamy blue eyes that look like the sea after a storm. That's never happened before, but a guy can dream.
Wait, do you have any gum? What'd you say? Sorry. I'm all eyes. I mean ears.
A weird ability that my eyes have developed is that I can unfocus them at will. Whenever I'm bored, boom, I can just make everything go blurry. It's great for when I don't want to pay attention to something, or for when a movie goes too long without a fight scene. But a side effect of unfocusing my eyes is that I look really stupid while doing it. Look. Okay, here's my special talent. I'm focused on the camera, now I'm not. Now I am, now I'm not. Now I am, now I'm not. Anyway, I try my best to hide my affliction from the world, but sometimes I forget about my curse. Despite my efforts, I zoned out in high school once. And when I zoned back in, I was staring at a girl I knew. And I could see in her face that my cover was blown. Wait, are your eyes? Yes, they're weird and disgusting, I know. We laughed it off and talked. As many of you know, I'm a very late bloomer. I looked way younger than a normal high school boy. Then, as we talked, the girl said, I just had a vision of you in the future. It's a glow up. And her prediction still hasn't come true. I've been waiting all this time. About time. Wait, was that girl flirting with me? I guess my stormy eyes have gotten someone to fall in love with me. Too bad I realized this 5 years too late. Anyway, back to my weird eyes. I looked it up, and apparently being able to unfocus your eyes manually comes from the ability to relax the ciliary muscle, and not everyone can do it. So yay, we all learned something today. Look at these pictures. I can do this with my eyes whenever I want. It's great. It's dissociation on command. Oh no, I'm bored in class? Boom! Welcome to the blurry realm. My family and friends definitely make fun of me though, cause they can tell when I'm not listening to them.
So the other day I was repainting the guest bathroom for the 6th time, and then I decided that I didn't like any of the doorknobs in the house, so I had to replace those. And hey, are you listening to me? Use both your eyes. As I was saying, I think I want to rearrange the furniture and go for a more rustic style, and
you can also tell when I'm tired. Uh-oh, looks like it's past someone's bedtime. What makes you say that? And because of my wonky eye, my depth perception isn't great, and you guessed it, that means I'm terrible at sports. Honestly, I'd probably suck at sports even with perfect eyes because of my bad reflexes, but it's nice to have something to blame. I'm seriously scared to play basketball because I feel like there's a 50% chance that I'll get crossed up so bad that I break both my ankles and then get my nose broken by the ball. My physical form ain't built for that. My physical form is good enough to draw silly little pictures though. At the end of the day, I love my silly little eyes. They're a perfect match for my silly little brain. And by that I mean, the doctors can't fully fix either one of them. But they make me unique. And I can look 2 people in the eyes at the same time. Can you do that? No. Welcome to Street Magic with Bryson. You there! Come here and I'll show you a magic trick.
What? No thanks. I'm just trying to get to work.
Trust me, you're gonna love this.
What's happening? Let me go!
Look into my eyes.
Oh, they actually are very striking eyes. They remind me of a stormy sea. I'm getting lost in them. Can't look away.
Uh-huh. Now check this out. Hi guys, it's me, your favorite Bryson. Don't forget to check out the merch before you leave. The plush is super high quality, and the pajama pants are...
Okay, so this is the latest video, released just a few hours ago, so let's watch it.
1 adult beverage, please.
Hey, punk. This here bar's for adults only. You gotta be at least 21 to consume alcoholic beverages, so hit the road.
Actually, I'm 23, and here's my ID.
Oh, my mistake, little man. Here, have an alcohol on the house.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. What do I do?
That was on my channel.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and my most popular video is about how I look young. But that was 3 years ago. A lot has happened since then, and let me tell you, I still look young. The doctor said it's because of my genes, but I don't know what my pants have to do with any of this. So today, we're gonna delve more into what it was like growing up as such a late bloomer.
It looks like you also have explosionitis.
What? I developed pretty normally at first, but I started to notice some differences when I went to middle school. The other boys started getting bigger and taller, but I stayed fun-sized, as my mom would call it. I didn't really mind being a pipsqueak because it fit my vibe. I was the quiet kid who kept to himself and stayed under the radar drawing my silly little pictures. But the gap between me and the other boys only got worse as time went on, and this caused people to make comments and poke fun at me.
Wrong place, small fry. The elementary school is down the street. Get it? 'Cause he's small. Yeah, good one. Yeah, pipsqueak.
Well, at least I know what deodorant is, Derek. I went through middle school and started high school without growing at all. I guess I'm just not like other boys. Most people just don't get me. But with you, it's just simple. I'm glad we're friends. Sorry, who are you? At 16 years old, I was 5'2" and 80 pounds. I remember that because that's seriously the size I was for like 6 years. I was definitely not an average teenage boy. I was great at hide and seek, however, I could not go outside if wind speeds were too high. So, my parents took me to see a doctor.
Yeah, he's definitely underdeveloped. I feel bad for him because men like to feel like alpha males, and he obviously isn't. I mean, look at him. So, I'm going to recommend testosterone treatment.
This was a shock to me. I knew I was small, but I generally tried to just ignore it and live my life. I figured that being uncomfortable in your body was kind of just part of being a teenager and that everyone grows at different paces. But this medical professional told me that my body wasn't manly enough and then immediately suggested TRT to a 16-year-old, which I think is pretty crazy. We even got a bone scan done and found out that my bone age was that of a 12-year-old.
Okay, here's the results of the scan. Travel home safely now. This dude's bones suck! I mean, look at it! That's just shoddy workmanship right there!
We then met with an endocrinologist and determined that I was healthy, just a late bloomer. He told me that I could choose to do the treatment or not, and I decided against it. I'm the type of guy to kind of just let things play out. I've never dyed my hair or gotten a tattoo or a piercing. I knew that this kind of intervention didn't feel like me and that I was more of a default settings type of guy. So, despite people's comments, I did what I felt was right for me. And looking back, it was arguably the more manly thing to do. I was my own man who did what I thought was right, regardless of people disagreeing with me.
Bryson, just because they're called parachute pants doesn't mean they work like a parachute! Don't jump!
You can't tell me what to do. I'm my own man.
Oh.
But on a more serious note, the comments about how small I was and that I didn't look or sound my age definitely bothered me for a while, and I felt pretty insecure about it. Especially when I started high school. It's part of the reason I never had any personal social media accounts. But around this time, I started my YouTube channel. It was all very new and exciting since I hardly used the internet before, except for watching funny dog videos. I made my first few videos and people were very nice, until they learned my age. And then it happened, my first hate comment. This guy's definitely lying about being 16. He sounds 12. I kept getting comments like that until finally I responded with, I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm 16. Stop being rude. And in that moment, I had a breakthrough. Wait a minute. If I truly didn't care, I wouldn't have felt the need to stoop to their level and respond. Maybe, instead of projecting my issues in a futile online argument, I should be the best person I can be and only focus on what I can control. I can't please everyone, and no matter what I do, some people will disagree with me. And that's okay. A breakthrough that many people online still haven't discovered yet. I made my peace with it and accepted that I was just going to grow up differently than most boys. And that's okay. And it wasn't long before I did start growing. A few years later, I met up with one of my friends who I hadn't seen in a long time, and he was shocked that my plateau at 5'2" was finally over and I had shot past it to around 5'8". We hung out and ate dinner, and he said, so what did they do to you to make you grow? Nothing. We just waited. Did you think they put me in the Captain America super soldier device? Yes. And while I still look younger than I am, as the years passed, something amazing happened. I'm tall now. And while this doesn't fix the problem area, it has been a nice consolation prize for suffering big the farther you rise. What can I say? I am the tallest of my siblings, standing at a whopping, drumroll please, 6'2". Please hold your applause. However, I am afraid that my theory about baking slower and rising farther will turn out all too true, because my little brother Brenner is finally starting to shoot up and he might catch up to me. And I don't like that. that because he's the little brother. I just want to grab him and squish him back down to size so I can keep my crown. It was cool when I surpassed all my older siblings, but him doing it would be cringe and stupid, so I'm not going to allow it to happen. There, fixed. Despite my cartoonish proportions, I'm glad I waited and let things take their natural course. And I'm also glad I waited because I stayed natty. One of the disadvantages of long legs is doing squats in the gym absolutely sucks. I have to move the weight much farther than the average person just to get to the proper depth. I was at the gym with my friend that's much shorter than me, and her set of squats was like, okay, I'm done. And then mine were like, oh my God! That's one. You gotta do 12. But being me comes with advantages too. Since I grew so slowly, everything was more spread out. So I never had growing pains or terrible acne. And as every person who's ever met me has already pointed out, it'll work out when you're older because you'll be 50, but you'll look way younger. Which I hope is true. What if I never look my age? I just look like this until I'm 45 and then boom, I'm an old man. Another advantage of looking young I've discovered since living on my own is that I can get door-to-door salesmen to leave me alone much faster. Hello, young man. Are your parents home? No, they are not. I do love to make fun of Braden because when we're sitting next to each other, he's taller than me. But when we stand up, I shoot past him. Imagine your younger sibling being taller than you. That's embarrassing. Wait, no. And I think it's funny that being tall is associated with doing sports.
Wow! How's the weather up there? Let me guess. Basketball player?
No, I draw pictures. Leave me alone. The day I turned 21, I decided to do the rite of passage of going into a bar. I walked up to the bouncer, gave them my ID, and watched his brain break.
It's not true. That's impossible. Search your feelings. You know it's true.
They let me in, and I tried a non-alcoholic beer. Bryson, why didn't you just try a real beer? Because I'm stupid sober. I don't want to know how stupid I am while drunk. Also, people say that when you're drunk, that it's like you, but more. But I'm already too much. That would be way too much. Hey guys, I love you guys. Does anyone want to build a Lego set together? I'm leaving. Anyway, the non-alcoholic beer tasted like yeasty, soggy bread water. 0 out of 10. But the wings were good. Then this guy, who could tell it was my first time in a bar, came up to me and said, "Welcome to bar life, son." And I said, "Thank you. I am never coming back." And even at 23 years old, I'm still growing. I wasn't 6'2" until this year. Who knows? Maybe I'll never stop and I'll be 10 feet tall at age 30. As time goes on, people freak out less about how young I look, but it does still happen from time to time.
How old are you? You look 15.
I'm actually 23. But my height isn't the only thing that's 6'2". My wingspan is also 6'2", so my slap range is pretty good. I don't usually slap people, but I could. Not to mention the range of my kicks. That's my plan for if I'm ever getting robbed. Oh, certainly, sir. I'll give you my wallet.
I'm gonna kiss an ad.
If I hug my leg, my knee
Okay.
is higher than my shoulders, meaning that my femur is longer than my entire torso. I've got a tiny body and long legs, but it's fine. Legs are probably more vital to the human body than the torso. Look, see, here we've got the, leggy parts, and of course the foot, very vital. And meanwhile, the torso only has the heart, lungs, liver, and kidneys. It's totally overrated. Legs are better and more important. Case closed. I'm glad I didn't try to change myself just to fit in, because it helped me learn to love myself unconditionally, and it helped me find the people who appreciate me for who I was. As time goes on, I've discovered that the things that make me unique are the things that I love most about myself. The moral of the story is to remember that your differences make you unique, and you can use them to your advantage. Maybe you'll use your differences to make a funny YouTube video as a random non-specific example. And it's okay to feel awkward while growing up. I am so glad that I valleyed in high school instead of peaking. Don't be just like everyone else. Be the best you that you can be. Huh? What happened? Oh, me. You also maxed out his silliness stat. Meh, it's probably fine. Hi, guys. It's me, your
Okay,
favorite
guys.
Bryson. Unless you're cheating on me.